So hello, everyone. My name is Sam. I'm the president of the Social Work Council, as you may all know. I just want to see how you're all doing tonight and find out if you're making it through your semesters. It's been difficult for a lot of people. I speak to a lot of you, with you, and know a lot of the hardships you're going through. In fact, I myself have been through a few myself this semester. I want you to all know that you've done so much to make it this far, and we're almost to the end. And I hope that you're all taking the time to take care of yourselves, because for as difficult as these moments can be for us, it's important that we do make the concerted effort to practice self-care, just like we tell our clients and our patients. It's absolutely vital that we do this for ourselves so that we can be there for them and our family and loved ones as well. We just have a few announcements today, and hopefully my computer doesn't try to reboot itself in the middle of what I'm trying to do. It sent me a little notification. The first minor thing I just wanted to bring up is that an announcement was made today. You should have all hopefully received an email that came out around 5 p.m. Central Time about the commencement schedule. Can everyone see what I'm trying to share right now about commencement?
Yes.
Yes, I can see.
Okay, great.
Can you make it bigger? It's really small.
I can certainly try.
I don't know. Thank you. Much better. Thank you.
But I won't spend a lot of time sorting through this. You should be able to find this email. If you don't have the email, please contact any of us at the Social Work Council, and we will share our email so that you have this information. Just listing basically some of the dates that they're trying to cement. Please make sure that you are using marching order to kind of set up your profile and your RSVP information to help them with their planning. And also make sure that you've actually applied to graduate if you are attempting to graduate this semester. That's another important step that sometimes seems to get left out of some of these announcements, because no matter how many times I've tried to tell some of my peers about applying for graduation, I inevitably always hear about somebody who is finally getting a moment to breathe and has not actually realized that oops, they were supposed to apply to graduate. So talk to your friends, talk to your colleagues, let them know what's going on, and eventually something will kind of trigger in their minds, and they'll kind of notice. You would be surprised by how many people just do not notice. The next bit of information I wanted to go ahead and talk about was Student Senate Resolution 21-03. Regardless of wherever you stand on some of the different beliefs and positions and things going forward in our student government, I'd like to encourage you all to become more aware of what's happening in our communities. Sometimes our student senate can, in some ways, be like a microcosm of what we're dealing with outside of our campus and outside of the small areas that we inhabit at times. Student Senate Resolution 2103 is attempting to address certain planning aspects with future buildings on campus to basically allow for more gender-neutral bathrooms and reflection areas to be a part of the planning process initially, as opposed to being kind of an afterthought where we add these things later. And I know some of you might be wondering, well, I know what a gender-neutral bathroom is, but what is a reflection room? And that would be totally understandable. For a lot of people haven't heard of this term before. In fact, even if you try to go online and look it up, your good friend Google will tell us that there's some data from maybe 2011, 2013 that was published about this. But essentially, we're dealing with rooms where prayer, meditation, quiet reflection can be done, hopefully without disruptions going on. And so some people might misunderstand these rooms to be extra lounges or study zones, but they're actually consider them more like safe places where people can do these things that are important to them while they're on campus without actually having to leave campus, because UTA is very much a commuter school for many individuals, for many of our fellow students. And to actually have to leave campus after driving there for however long and then leave campus to find someplace safe to do what you need to as part of your normal day as who you are, is a real inconvenience. It can be really time consuming. And so to have some of these locations on our campus where people can pray, meditate, reflect in a respectful way for themselves and one another in their community is a really great thing to have. And so the folks, the student senators behind this resolution are basically trying to have more of that planning done with future buildings. This resolution is something that we've linked in the chat in the Teams room. Please let us know if you'd like us to send you a copy of this. We can do that. There's also a survey link included where they'd also like to hear the opinion of all of us. Because quite frankly, when we talk about building policy, trying to encourage different ideas of inclusiveness that maybe a lot of people aren't accustomed to, it's great to get feedback from, the people who are going to be involved in this, stakeholders, the community. And if you'd like to provide some of your feedback, please do that through the survey. They would love to hear from you. Just for the record, for anyone who also doesn't know where our lone reflection room is on campus, it is in this location at Hammond Hall at room 132M. So for anyone who'd like to make use of that room, I believe they have pretty extensive hours. I think it goes from maybe 7 a.m. to 11, unless they've changed it due to the situation with COVID. I haven't heard any recent updates. But all of this is to basically get back to the fact that find out what's going on in your community, UTA being one of them. Become more aware of what's happening and add your voice to it so that people can understand your feelings. People can learn how to work with the rest of us and figure out, how to truly make things inclusive in a way where when we create policies of inclusion, when we create plans of inclusion, that we don't exclude people in the process. Here's a campus map that you can all access with the campus map function with UTA, which will actually show where all the unisex restrooms are located on campus. So just know that that's another option in case any of you are interested in that. And the last little bit of information I just wanted to discuss was the fact that we are currently in a weird situation with the Student Senate. Maybe other than the School of Education, I think the School of Social Work might be the only other school that does not have Student Senate representation. And this has been an issue we have been working on. We've contacted individuals who, UTA staff who actually help work with the student government. We've contacted student government and they've been a bit unresponsive in getting back to us. But more than anything, what would really help us out would be to know that we have individuals who are able and willing to represent the School of Social Work as students in a student senate position. It will require a certain amount of time commitment, as they will have fairly regular meetings that you must attend if you don't want to be removed from your position. And they want to know that you're kind of actively participating in the community in the sense of doing it as someone who's trying to make a difference, trying to play a part of what's going on, as opposed to maybe somebody who's just trying to put an extra line on their resume. We have these roles to try to improve the lives of students on campus and to improve what we're all doing, to add to it, to make our experiences better and to improve the quality of our life here. And I hope that any of you who have any interest will consider running for Student Senate at some point in the future. Hopefully, the Social Work Council will be able to get some additional responsiveness from the student government soon. Again, it's something we're still working on. We generally try to help make recommendations to the student government as to the people we want to endorse. We get that kind of, I don't know if I'd call it authority, but we get that kind of pat on the back from the School of Social Work. And we are hoping that we will be able to fill those positions in the next term, at least one of them, if not both.